Recording is on.
Yeah, can you able hear me, right?
Yes,
It's
yes.
clear? Fine, okay.
Yes. Parimala,
Yeah,
can you confirm?
Yes, yes, I can
Okay.
yeah,
hear.
okay, fine. So first I'll start with basics. So what is DevOps? Why DevOps? So how what is the flow of DevOps? Everything today I will tell you in demo. So coming to first starting with DevOps. What is DevOps? So why DevOps came into picture and what is DevOps? So DevOps is nothing but a it's a combination of developers and operation teams combine together, work together, and speed up the process of releasing the product. So DevOps, simply we can tell it is a speed up the process by using certain automation tools to release the project quickly. Okay, that is called as a DevOps. So coming to DevOps, we have a process. So actually, what process we have in DevOps? So I will explain the flow of DevOps. Then after we can go to the course content. So let's assume that if you are developing a one product like a e-commerce website, so let's assume that we are developing a product of e-commerce website. So you know that we have a we every organization will follow software development life cycles. Here for coming to the DevOps, here we follow agile methodology. For software development life cycle, here we follow agile methodology. So agile methodology is apt for the DevOps. So if you are working as a DevOps engineer, you should know how the agile methodology work. So coming to here, if suppose assume that if we are developing one product. So first what we will do, so coming to the here, after developing, I mean after writing the code, after developing the code, then DevOps coming to picture. So after writing the code to release every part, DevOps will be involved. So first I will, we have a developers, right? So first once developers develop a code, developers develops a code. So then after what they will do, all every team, you can see if suppose if one product is developing, writing a code, we have a team of developers, right? So every team of developers write a uh, only particular single developer not write the entire code, right? So team can write a entire code, right? So every all team members save their code in a version control system. Here we call as a version controlling system. So this in this version controlling system, all developers, the team of developers will write their code and they will put their code into a in one centralized repository that we call here as a version controlling system, that we call as a GitHub or SVN. We call it as a SVN GitHub. Version controlling system. So the team of developers write the code and they will put this entire code into this version controlling system. So our products entire source code will be available at version controlling system. So here in this version control system, here we are using GitHub. GitHub is a version control system, and we have some more like SVN subversion of Apache. So in this GitHub, the developers, our team of developers write their code and they will put the code into this version controlling system. Okay. So entire source code will be available at GitHub. You can call it as a central repository. Why it is calling as a central repository? So all team members write their code and they will put into one together is called as a central repository. Here we use like GitHub and S1. S1 is the older version. Right now all organizations are using GitHub only. So in our course also we are covering GitHub. So developers write the code and they will put entire code into a version controlling system. So then after what we will do? So once the code is developed, the code is by the team, by the developer team, the entire code is developed and they put into this version controlling system, centralized repository. So then after next step we have to do, we have to build a code. Because why we are building a code? So directly the source code we can't give to the customer, right? So because customer don't know how to install everything, so first we have to convert this source code into artifact. So artifact is nothing but a installable file. So for that what we do, we have to build it. So here build process will start. So for build, we will use some automation tools called Maven, and depends on project. If you are using Java project, we have to use Maven. If you are using .NET project or different Python, it depends on project. We here we will use our build tools, Maven, and these are all the build tools. So after developing our entire code and they put into a version controlling system, so next we have to do build process. So what we will do, we will download this entire code and we will start the build process with the help of these automation tools. Okay, these automation tools will help us to build our artifact. Artifact is nothing but a executable file, .exe file, .iso image will be there, right? So likewise, with the help of these build tools, we will generate an artifact. Artifact is nothing but an installable file. The customer can install those files and they can use their application. Okay. So once the build is completed, the artifact will be generated. Artifacts. So once the build is completed, the artifact will be generated. So these artifacts now we can install and we can use our application which the source code is developed, right? The source code will be converted into artifacts. These artifacts is nothing but a installable files we can install now and we can use our application which is developed by developers. So once artifact is created, fine. So next we have to we can't give directly this artifact to the customer, right? Before giving we have to test it, right? As per requirement the application is working fine or not, as per customer, the application how it's behaving, how it's working, everything is fine or not, any bugs is there, everything we have to check, right? So that we will not give directly this artifact to the customer. So instead of giving directly we have another steps. So we have to test it. So we have every organization have a team of testers, right? So they will write a test scripts by using Selenium, some automation tools they will use, and they will write those test scripts. So before delivering this artifact we have to test it, right? So next what we have to do, we have to create a testing environment. Creating the testing environment also DevOps task. Okay, so next we have to create the testing environment. In those testing environment we have to deploy these artifacts. Then testing team will be test the application. If let's say here we have a testing environment. In this testing environment this artifact should be deployed. Okay, so we have to create this testing environment. How we can create everything? Here we will use Ansible. So by using Ansible, we will configure our servers and we will create our whole testing environment. Okay. So in this testing environment, we have to deploy our artifacts. So after deploying the artifacts, our application will be accessible to the testers. We have a test team. So from here, test team, they will write the test scripts by using some automation tools. From here, the testers will execute their testing tasks, testing scripts. Okay, what it may be. So they will execute they perform their testing on this testing environment, and then we can decide that application will be working or fine. So if there is any bugs, if there is any bugs, automatically the corresponding team will get an email or the notification, what will be, how we will configure those ways. The corresponding team will get that we got this error, so we here a bugs is there, so again moves back to the developers. So developers should be fix that bug, and again they should be update the code. Here again updating code, again same process. After updating code, again we have to download it, we have to use build tool, again we have to generate an artifact, again those artifacts should be deployed into testing environment, again testing team will be perform their test cases in this testing environment. If again bugs occur, again it's go moves to the developer team, again developers should be fix those bugs, and again they should be update the code, again download this process until test cases, all test cases will pass, until all test cases will pass. This process will be continuously cycling only. So once test cases all will be passed, then it will move to the staging area. Staging area is nothing but a the customer will come. 1 minute. The customer will come. Staging area. In the staging area, the customer will come and he will check. It's like staging area is nothing but a user acceptance testing, UAC testing, UAT testing. Means the customer will come and he will check his application is working fine as per his requirement. It's working, it's performing well or not. He will check and he will give. Once staging area is completed, then it will move. Then we can directly release into a production. Production. So this entire process we have previously it will do as a manually. We have middleware engineer, we have build engineers, we have deploy engineers, so manually. But now where DevOps coming to picture means these enterprise once code is developed, so from code developing to once code develop is completed, so here to releasing to the production, these entire process should be automated by using certain automation tools called as a DevOps. Okay, this process, what are the process still we discuss, this entire process should be automation by using certain automation tools. we, why we are using automation instead of manual? If you use automation tools, the process will be speed, right? So by using these automation tools, we are speed upping the process, and we will release the product on time with good quality. Sorry. Okay, so how we can do automate? With the help of Jenkins. So here Jenkins coming to the picture. So with the help of Jenkins, these entire process should be automated. What Jenkins will do, let's discuss. So we have to install Jenkins and we have to configure Jenkins. Why we are configuring Jenkins means this Jenkins tool will configure these entire process automation. So we have to configure like this. So what Jenkins will do? Jenkins will do from after completing developing to releasing the product, the Jenkins will enter process will automated with the help of Jenkins. So we have to configure Jenkins. Jenkins coming to picture here. So Jenkins is most important in DevOps. So it's like a bread and butter for DevOps. Okay. So here what Jenkins will do, Jenkins have five stages. Let's discuss those five stages here. So first, once code, once developer developing the code will be upload, entire code will be uploaded into this version controlling system. Then after what Jenkins will do, Jenkins download this code. We call it that it is called as a continuous download, CD. CD means continuous download. Means whenever code will be updated, whenever code will be done any modifications, when code will be updated, automatically Jenkins get a notification that in GitHub some code is updated. Then Jenkins automatically start the job and it will download the code automatically. So we have to configure like that. So we have webhook. With the help of webhook we will configure with GitHub and with Jenkins. So when the code got changes or when code updated, automatically Jenkins get a notification that in GitHub repository the code is updated. So once code is updated, the notification come to Jenkins. Jenkins start the execution of that job. So immediately it will start downloading the code. That process we call as a continuous download. Why we are calling continuous download means whenever code is updated, automatically here Jenkins trigger the job to execute these all steps automatically. Okay, first step in Jenkins, first step continuous download. So whenever code is updated in the centralized repository, so automatically it will download the code. It will get a notification with the help of webhook. We will configure the webhook over the Jenkins and GitHub. Then automatically the notification come to the Jenkins. Jenkins start execution in the job. Okay, first step is continuous download. So once continuous download is done, then after it with the help of build tool, with the help of build tool, so Maven or Ant or some other build tool, with the help of build tool, automatically Jenkins starts build process. So that's we call continuous build. This is the second step, second stage. Okay, in Jenkins we have five stages. First stage is continuous download. Second stage is continuous build. So once it will download the code, it will start build. It will start building. So once artifact is built, so then after next stage is continuous deploy. So continuous deploy. Why? What is this continuous deploy means? Uh, Once artifact is generated, automatically Jenkins will deploy those artifacts into a testing environment. So that's we call as a continuous deploy. So once continuous deploy is completed, then next stage is continuous testing. Next stage is continuous testing. So once artifact is deployed in testing environment, the next stage is we have to test it, right? So automatically, if you configure Jenkins like automatically pick up the test scripts, and if you want to execute, then we can configure like that. Then automatically Jenkins will pick those test scripts where these test scripts will present. So test test team will write the test scripts, automation test scripts, and they will put it in a same GitHub. So from this GitHub only it will download the test scripts in testing environment and it will start trigger those test scripts. So test scripts will, right, once script is executed, automatically everything will be executed automatically, right? So likewise, the test team will write the test scripts, then automatically Jenkins will trigger those test scripts, then automatically the test cases will be executed automatically and it will give results. So it's called continuous testing. So then after, if all tests pass, then it will move to the staging area, then production. That's we call as a CD, continuous delivery. So these five stages are in Jenkins. What Jenkins will do, automatically Jenkins will trigger once code is updated in version controlling system. The Jenkins get the notification with the help of webhook. Then Jenkins trigger the job. Then it execute the whole process, continuous download to continuous delivery. So delivery will be not happen directly, because we mostly organizations they will have separate delivery team. So mostly the DevOps engineer will be not involved in delivery. They will involve up to only deploy into a testing servers. So in some smaller organization they will involve in delivery also, but only coming to the bigger organizations, they will have delivery team separately. They will deliver they will deliver to production. Okay, so this is the entire process with the help of Jenkins. Using the certain automation tools, the process should be speed up to release the product on time. Any queries in this till now? Hello.
No, I'm good.
Fine. So this is the process. By using Jenkins is coming to picture. So by using Jenkins, we are speed up the process by using certain automation tools we call as a DevOps. Okay. So coming to the next course, in course what we discussed, what tools we are learning here. So each tool why we are learning everything. So right now you know why Jenkins are using and why these build tools are using, right? So Jenkins is using for this entire process should be speed up, and why we are using these build tools to build the artifacts to convert the source code into some installable file. So we are using these build tools. Okay. Coming to next, next go to the discuss this course content. Okay, now you got some picture, right? Why DevOps came into picture and what DevOps will do. I hope so.
Yes.
Fine. So coming to here, first we will learning Jenkins. So Jenkins, fine. So just we discussed about Jenkins, right? What Jenkins will do, how we have to configure Jenkins, everything we will learn in class. In Jenkins, we have lots of concepts like a master slave concept. We have to set up the webhook, and Jenkins we have automation also. We have to write a script like pipeline scripts we have. So we have two types of pipeline scripts. One is declarative pipeline, one is scripted pipeline. So mostly we will use declarative pipeline. So we have to write that pipeline script by using Groovy script. So how to write those pipelines, and next coming to we have multi-branch pipelines. So how those pipelines will be executed, everything we will discuss over the Jenkins. Okay, and how to add users in Jenkins, and how to give restrictions to the users. Okay, everything we can discuss over the Jenkins. How to set up this whole process we will see practically while discussing in the classes. I will show you each and everything with the practically. Okay, coming to the after Jenkins, we are using build tools. Build tool, Maven we are learning yet this. So Maven is a small tool. It's a build tool. It's used for Java projects, just converting the source code into artifacts. So we use this build tool. So Maven having some 7 stages. Okay, so those 7 stages we will discuss here, and 7 commands. Mostly 7 commands is there. So thus most 7 commands is enough. So Maven is not a big tool. It's a small tool. It around 2 sessions it will be completed. Okay. After Maven, we are learning Ansible. So what is this Ansible? Why we are learning Ansible means, so Ansible is a configuration management tool. So what is this configuration management tool? So we have to set, suppose I will take an example. Let's see here. So suppose I have a take a one testing environment. Suppose I have test environment. In those environment, I have suppose let's assume that I have 10 servers. Okay. So I have some 10 servers. I have 12 servers. This is my testing environment. Let's assume that this is my testing environment. So in this testing environment, I have to configure my servers. Suppose I have a Java project. I have a Java project. Okay. So I have to Java application. I have Java application. This Java application I have to deploy into a testing servers. Okay. Why I am deploying to testing servers? Because the tester should be perform test test cases, right? They should be perform testing, right? So before testing, my application should be installed, right? So I have to install this Java application in this testing environment. In this testing environment, right now I have 12 servers. In these 12 servers, I have to install this testing environment. Okay. So for this, for my Java application, we have some dependencies. Every software has some dependencies, right? So for my Java application, I have dependencies, right? This Java application run on Tomcat servers. So before I'm installing this Java application to these my testing servers, I have to configure my servers, right, with Tomcat, because my application will be run on Tomcat server. So I have Tomcat web server. So I have to configure my Tomcat server first. Then after I have to install my Java application in those Tomcat web servers, right? So to configure those, suppose assume that I have to right now I have to configure Tomcat web servers in these servers. So I have 12 servers. Suppose assume that I have 100 servers. So for 100 servers, if I want to I want to install Tomcat in those 100 servers, how much time it will take manually? Each and every server I have to log in, and I have to install the Tomcat, and I have to cross check whether Tomcat is working fine and port number correct or not. Likewise, if I do 100 servers, how much time it will take? It will take huge time, right? Suppose 100 servers, suppose I have 1,000 servers. So each and every server manually I have to log in each and every server, and I have to install the Tomcat, and I have to cross check if Tomcat is working fine or not. Again, I have to come out that server. Likewise, I have to do 100 servers, means it will take huge time, and we require huge resource also, right? So instead of doing manually, if I use Ansible, what Ansible will do, simply I will take one server. In this server I will install Ansible. So in this server I will install Ansible. This we call as Ansible host, because we are installing Ansible, right? This server we call as Ansible host server. Here I will, from this server, automatically Ansible, what it will do, Ansible will log in automatically each and every server, and it will install Tomcat behalf of us. So instead of manually, what Ansible will do, Ansible will automatically log in each and every server, and it will perform that operation. What operation I'm telling? Install the Tomcat. So automatically it will backend, it will connect to the each and every server, and it will install Tomcat in all servers. So instead of manual work, it will do automatically, it will configure all servers, so within less point of time, Tomcat in all servers. So that is the Ansible configuration. So we not only installing, by using Ansible we can create a files in number of servers, we can delete a files, we can create a directories, we can create users, we can change the settings of those servers, what it may be. So what are the, as per our project requirement, what are the changes you are doing in our in our servers is called as a configuration only. So configuration means, mostly people think like only installation, uninstallation is a configuration. Not comes the configuration only installation, uninstallation. If you create a file, if you create a user, if you're changing the content of the file, if you're changing the file name also, it comes under configuration only. As per requirement you are changing it, right? So then it comes under configuration. By using Ansible, whatever I want, I can able to do it in these servers. Okay. So by using Ansible, how not only 100 servers, if you have 2,000 servers, within those 2,000 servers I want to create a file Raj. By using Ansible, I can easily create within seconds, within minutes of time, I can create those 1,000 servers Raj directory or Raj file. So instead of manually, I will log in each and every server, and I have to create Raj file. So by using Ansible, it's very easy to configure our servers, whatever it may be. So if you want to create a file, depends on requirement, depends on our the application requirement, what changes you are doing in those servers is comes under configuration. Here we learn Ansible. In Ansible, we have roles, playbooks, and we have lots of stuff, variables, some if conditions, when conditions, Ansible modules. So everything we discussed over in Ansible tool. Okay. So by using Ansible, we will configure our servers, our environment. Either it may be testing environment, either it may be production environment. Okay. Next, coming to, uh, we discuss here containerization technology. So what is container? Here we are learning Docker. So what is this Docker will do? Docker is nothing but a container tool. So what is this container? Container is coming to the, before that I will tell something. Do you have idea about VMware, right? So many people have idea, I think so. VMware. So VMware virtual machine advanced, we are using container. So by using container, it's more easy. How it will be, I will show you. Yeah. So suppose I want to create a server and I want to install in that server. Suppose Ubuntu OS I want to install. How much time it will take? Nearly, if you want to install any OS in any server or any, suppose in my laptop I want to install Windows. So how much time it will take? I mean, yearly it will take hour, right? Minimum it will take hour. But if you are using this container technology, within seconds of time I can create my container with what type of OS I want. Within seconds I can create. So that is the use of Docker, not on Docker, containers. Okay, with the help of containers we can spin up the servers, we can spin up the containers within the fraction of seconds. Suppose I want to a Windows container, within seconds it will be create. I want Windows Ubuntu OS Ubuntu, within fraction of seconds I can able to create. But if you going with without container, if you are going with like VMware, how much time it will to take to in VMware, if you want to install Ubuntu or Windows, whatever it may be, so it will take hours of time. So and mostly why we are using this Docker container means it is very, boot up time is very less. Within seconds the container will be come up, and also it will use less memory and it use less resource. So we have more advantage by using containers. That's why nowadays all applications are running in containerization. So with this, along with this container, we are learning two more tools called Docker Swarm and Kubernetes. Why those we are using means, uh, on the top of this Docker containers, the Kubernetes will work as a orchestration tool. So Docker Swarm and Kubernetes both are orchestration tool. So both are, why they are using, why they are coming to picture means, to maintain these containers, which containers I'm using, right? So by using this Docker I'm creating containers, right? So we have to maintain those containers. To maintain those containers, here we are using two more tools called Docker Swarm and Kubernetes. So Docker Swarm, Kubernetes both are competitive products in a market. So Docker Swarm is related to Docker company, so Kubernetes is related to Google product. Okay, Kubernetes have more market in outside world. Okay, here we are learning Kubernetes and Docker Swarm. Why we are using those Kubernetes means, by using Kubernetes we will perform disaster recovery and scale up and scale down and rolling update without downtime. Means our end user not face any downtime, even our application is updating also. Do you know update, right? So how it will update? If your phone is update, if your laptop is update, it will take restart, right? Definitely. Without restart we can't applicable those update changes, right? So even that time also our end user don't face any downtime of our application. So how it is possible? With the help of this containerization technology, it should be possible. Even our application is updated, even though our application updated and the container is restarting, even though our application will be accessible to my end user, because here every in this competitive world everything will be count, right? So the customer will uh, don't want this downtime. If the customer face downtime, what will happen? Simply it will use he will use another app. Suppose today you are using Flipkart, it's not loading, what will you think? So automatically this site is not good, it will not load perfectly, then I will go to the Amazon or some other sites, right? So that's why here we will use Kubernetes. So with the help of Kubernetes and these Docker containers, we even updating, even if you are doing any changes also, the end user will not face any downtime. Anytime they can access our application. So that is the main agenda why we are going with Kubernetes. So Docker Swarm is also doing same thing, both are competitive products, but Docker Swarm right now in market they are not using that much, but Kubernetes have a huge market. Okay. Then after we will learn Git. So Git, you know already, right? Why we use Git? So in Git, in GitHub, so our all developers should write a code and they will put in this code in this Git repository. So how they will write a code and how they commit their code and how the repositories will be there and how the branches will be create, how they will merge those branches, merge conflicts. We have rebase, we have lots of stuff in Git. So everything discussed while we discussed about Git. Okay. So Jenkins, Maven, Ansible, Docker, Docker Swarm, Kubernetes coming to the cloud. So all these platforms right now you know right every organization is moving to the cloud side. So along with these tools, we have to at least learn one cloud technology, and that may be Azure, AWS are most popular right now. We have GCP also and Oracle also we have, but among these Azure and AWS are most popular. Here in this course, we are covering the AWS, Amazon Web Service. So in this AWS is a cloud platform. Here we have to learn how to create servers, how to create EC2 instances, and how to give security groups. Means why we are using those security groups is who can access our servers. Who can we can block the users, right? So who can access everything? We have to put restrictions, right? Because it's an organization level, right? So that's why we are here. Here we are using security groups and how to provision a servers in AWS. And coming to the VPCs means virtual private cloud. So in this we will create a one virtual private cloud. Why we are going with virtual private cloud? So everybody don't have to access right in our organization, our application. So we will restrict for some people only. So for that we will go with virtual private cloud. We will create one virtual private cloud. In that virtual private cloud we will create subnets and we will arrange the IP addresses to the servers. This IP range should be there for these many servers. Everything we will set up in VPCs. Then after we have to give route tables, inbound rules, outbound rules, who can access and who can access traffic in traffic and outgoing incoming traffic, outgoing traffic. We can restrict by using inbound outbound rules, and we can in those VPCs we have to create the servers. Okay, servers here we call as EC2 instances. In these EC2 instances we have types of EC2 spot instances we have. Okay, on demand instances we have normal instances. So depends on our requirement we will use those instances in this next coming to here S3. We have S3 means it's a storage service, so which where we can store everything whatever it may be you want, whatever it may be. If you want to store, if you want to take backup of your server, everything you can store in this S3. And we have storage block storage. This block storage we have to use like suppose if you are in your laptop you have a hard disk, right? So in server also if you want more memory, then you can take that block storage and you can mount it to the your server, then it's sure you can use it, right? So like we have block storage S3. Yeah, 1 minute, I will open the course content. So coming here, introduction to DevOps. DevOps life. Before that, I will mention one point. So everybody should have minimum knowledge on Linux. So everything what we are learning here, everything will be performed on Linux servers. So you should be familiar with Linux is must and should, because without Linux knowledge we can't, because everything we will type here commands only. It's not a user interface like a Windows, just moving the cursor and we will clicking, right? Here everything will be command. With the command only we will execute everything. So you should basic at least basics on Linux should be must. At least how to create a file, how to create a user, how to edit a file, where you can we are using Vim editor. So how we can use those Vim editors. hmm? How to delete a file, how to create a directory, how to change the paths. So everything these are minimum. I will cover it, but if you have more advanced knowledge, Okay, if you have a knowledge on Linux, it will be flexible for you easily. Okay, Linux basics will cover you. Along with, I will give you a project. It's like a internship project I will give to you. So how it will work means daily I will give you a task to you. Daily you will get a task. You have to perform task. Every day you will get a task. You have to perform. So in this project I will cover from Linux. So you have to uh, read the requirement. As per requirement you have to understand the requirement, and you can Google it, whether maybe you can Google it or you can go anywhere and you can resolve those issues. You have to resolve. I will not involve in that, because if you resolve yourself, definitely it will help you more than I am telling, right? So in coming to the project, I will give you a project to you. So you will get daily requirement. So you have to read the requirement and you have to perform the task. I will tell you after course started. I will tell you how the project will be. I will explain the project whole structure. Also, we have three-tier project. So I will explain you, and I will give how to access and everything. I will tell you. Then you can start working on Linux project. Starting, I will give you a Linux project. Then after, we can move to the DevOps project. Okay. So why I'm going to Linux project means Linux is must and should for DevOps. Without Linux, if you are joining as a DevOps engineer, after moving to the organization, even you don't know how to access the server by using Linux commands, then you will stuck up there only. Then definitely in your organization, your higher authority will get doubt on you. Okay, definitely you have to know how to connect with servers and how to connect to one server to another server with the using of Linux commands. Everything you should be familiar. So that's why first I will start with a Linux project. Parallelly, it will continue. So as once parallel means I will start the DevOps classes. It will continue, and parallel I will give that Linux project to you. Then you can work on it. Okay, I will help you. First you have to put your 100% efforts on it. Then if won't you can't able to do it, then I can help you. Okay, so those are the Linux basic they'll ever cover. And if you have any doubts in any Linux, I will share. I have a notes PDF file, notes with comments and everything. So I will share my notes to you. Then you can learn there and you can do those projects. Okay, I hope so. You have already gone through this content, right? Here we are learning Git, everything, right? Okay, build tool here we are learn Maven. So coming to Maven, so related to Maven, these are. So coming to the containerization, here we are learning Docker. Okay, here we are instead of Ansible, we will learn here. So Ansible will take around 10 sessions per day, 1 hour. If you take it, it will take nearly 10 sessions. For Ansible, we will cover everything and Ansible. Okay, these all topics: files, templates, meta. This is called roles. Okay, so monitoring is Nagios. It's a small tool. One session we can complete it. Nagios. Don't focus on monitor tools heavily, because if you got job as a monitoring, then it's so much of headache. So don't most focus on monitoring. Okay, just in resume put at if you know, no, that's it. So don't focus on monitoring. Okay. So Kubernetes, you have to focus mostly on this Docker containers and Kubernetes only, because Kubernetes have a huge market. So everything we covered in Kubernetes also. Okay. So coming to the AWS, so I told you, right, IAM roles, how to create roles, policies, and these are related to IAM. IAM related to if you are giving any access, the AWS access to some other user. If you are adding any user to your AWS account, you have to restrict him, right? You will don't give all permissions, right? You will give only some permission, only C permissions or write permissions, are you likewise. So by using IAM roles, you have to give those restrictions. Here you learn virtual private cloud, VPCs, how to create VPCs, IP address subnets, internet gateways, route tables, so everything. So Elastic Cloud Compute, how to uh, do this EC2 instances, right? So I told you, right, how to create the servers and Elastic block storages. Snapshot means taking backup of servers. How to take the backup of those servers or server hard disk. Right. S3 I told you, right? S3 is a storage service, so which where we can store anything here. How to store everything. Okay. So this I cover in AWS. So overall, this is the overview of DevOps. I think you can able to understand. If you have any queries, please ask me.
Recording has stopped.
Hi, Pramala, are you there?
Yeah,
Yeah, hi. Yeah, hi.
yeah.
So, are you clear with the content?
Yeah, I had got an idea. Just can you send those notes, whatever you said?
Okay, I'll share the video with you.
I will share the notes
Yeah.
and running notes also I have. I will share with daily what comments we will execute in the classes. I will share in notepad to you. Okay.
Okay.
So because it's easy,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Seeing the entire 1 hour, 2 hours video is somewhat headache. I know that. So that's
Yeah.
why I will give you
So
running
notes
notes.
also I want. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah.
something. I will give you running notes in a notepad. Then whatever commands we are executing, everything will be notes. Then you can easily practice it.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah, I will share with you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Raju. Thanks for taking time and having a great demo.
Thank you.
Pramala, any more questions you have?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay. So,
Okay, fine.
if you are decide to go ahead, and what timing would be suitable for you?
The same timings okay for me. At after 8:30
Okay.
is good for
So,
me. Yeah,
okay.
this the same time.
Okay, fine. We'll discuss with the timings with Raju. Raju, are you fine with
Yes.
that? Or
Means morning 6 a.m.
no, same time, 7,
Seven,
7:30 IST.
seven,
Seven,
7:30.
7:30. Actually, my shift this month is okay. From next month, my shift will be morning. So I have a scrum call around 7:30
Okay.
every day. So this month
Okay.
is
So,
afternoon. It's fine for me morning, but coming to the next month, my shift will be start at 7:30, right? So
evening. So, Paramla, your morning time
My morning time after 9 o'clock.
after 9 means
After 9 means for you, 7:30 or
7:30.
8. Yeah. 9 anytime is okay for me.
8, it's evening 8. You're telling morning
Yes,
8
yes.
is okay
Right.
for me.
For
Morning 8
you,
is okay
for
for
you.
me.
No, no, not
Morning.
morning 8.
No,
Morning 8.
Raju, one thing. So, here,
No.
so since she is in India, EST time zone,
Okay.
okay, she is telling you about, I mean, you said
EST time.
you will get scrum calls from starting from next month, right?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
what time would be okay if you in our India mornings or India
8
evenings?
a.m. 8 a.m. is okay. If I
8 a.m.
have scrum
India
call,
timing.
because before 8 a.m. my scrum call will be complete, then I will be available.
Okay, okay. So 8 a.m. is 9:30.
Yeah, 9:30. It will be like 1 hour. 1 hour class or 40
Yeah,
minutes.
one hour, 1 hour, 1 hour 15 minutes. Depends on your queries and discussion. 1 hour is
Yeah,
minimum.
9.
Depends on your queries,
Okay,
it will
then.
be extended.
Your 9:30 p.m.
Okay. Yeah, my 9:30. Yeah, fine for me. Or else yours evening time is also good for me, I think.
Okay, let's. I mean, uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
decide.
can think up.
Let's
Yeah, you can think and send me.
discuss with Raju and I will confirm the
Yeah,
timings.
fine.
Yeah, sure.
This month, okay. This month morning, I'm comfortable, but next month my shift will be changed. That's why before only I'm intimating.
Okay, fine. Yeah,
Yeah,
Raju
Fine. Yeah,
will decide and discuss on
yeah, okay.
yeah, sure. Yeah,
that. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, Pramala. Thanks, Raju. Thanks,
Thank you,
Raju.
yeah.
thank
Thank
you,
you. Yeah, have a good day. Yeah, thank
Yeah,
you. Bye.
thank
thank
you.
you. Bye bye.